Hi everyone, just wanted to talk to you today about STRATA and just what some of the basics of STRATA are. What STRATA is it's basically your unit is your unit, and then we have what we call common property, which is property that is shared with all of the residents. Let me just give you a little concept of that. Let's say, for instance, that we have a building. Let's say in this instance, a condo building. And just to make this simple, all of the units are the same size. And let's say all of them are 1,000 square feet. And so the total building area is 10,000 square feet. One thing that you will find, and it's kind of a little bit of an esoteric concept, but it's called unit entitlement. And this is what this is the square footage of your unit as a fraction of the total square footage. So in this case, all of the units are the same. So what will be is your unit will be 1,000 of 10,000. So that's going to be your unit entitlement. So what that's used for is that's used to determine your strata fees, what your strata fees are going to be. And so let's go back and talk about common property. There's different concepts. There's common property and there's limited common property. Common property in this case would be all of the property that's outside of the building itself. All of this is common property. Then we have the concept of what we call limited common property. What limited common property is it's common property that is assigned to you for your exclusive use, but you do not own that. In this case, let's say we had each one of these units had a patio. All these patios would be what we call limited common property. So just to refresh, common property is all of the area outside of the building. The property that you own is your unit itself. Limited common property is balconies, it's patios, it's decks that you have the exclusive use of for your exclusive use. So just so you know, because you'll hear that term used quite a bit, mostly limited common property. What happens when the strata is formed, they need to have a budget. So what they will do is they will take all the expenses to run the complex for a year. So let's say, for instance, in this case, it would cost let's say $100,000 to run the complex for a year. Now, what we have as well is we have what we call a contingency reserve fund. It's commonly known as a CRF. And a contingency reserve fund is money that's set aside to do things like a roof. If a property needs a roof, let's say, for instance, it needs a major project on the outside, maybe it could be painting, all of those type of things. So it's just like when you own a house, you're responsible for the upkeep. So by law, we have to put 10% of that into the contingency reserve fund. So we would take the 100,000 and we would add $10,000 onto that. So it costs $110,000 to run the complex. Now, of that $110,000, your entitlement is 1,000 over 10,000, so roughly 1/10. So 1/10 of this is $11,000. That would be your share of the expenses. So what we're adding on, what we're doing is going to divide that by 12. And so that's roughly $90 per month. So your strata fees are going to be roughly $90 per month. So that's how they figure out the strata fees. Now, one thing that you want to look for, especially when you're buying a used condominium or a used townhouse, is you want to see what the contingency reserve fund is. I like to always see, hopefully it's going to be 25% of the annual operating budget. And if it's not 25%, I want to know why it's not that way. Perhaps there's been something, a major expense that's been done. There's been something that's been done in the not too distant future, so they've depleted that. But we want to find that out. Also, as well, another important thing that you want to find out is you want to read the rules and regulations and the bylaws. These are govern our conduct of what we can and cannot do. Some of the things that are that you should be aware of, especially if you have pets. Pets are one thing that we always need to check on. I know your pets are like your kids. You're not going to give up your pet to move into a place. So we need to know what size your pet is, what breed it is, what its weight is. A lot of the pet regulations are, they do a measurement. So they'll say 14 inches at the shoulders, or they'll say 24 inches at the shoulders, or there'll be a weight restriction. And most places have what we call a dangerous breed restriction. So you wouldn't be able to, let's say for instance, a lot of the times it says a Rottweiler, what they consider a dangerous breed. So we want to check on that. We want to check on rentals. If you can rent a property. Anything right now that's 5 years or newer, they cannot change the bylaws to discourage rentals. So if you're going to be purchasing a property and at some point in time you're going to want to rent it, we'd be looking at something that's 5 years or newer. Also as well, and it's this is a little kind of buried in some of the complexes, a number of occupants. Sometimes it will say in a 2-bedroom, no more than 5 or 6 people can occupy a property. So you want to check that as well. And that's a great thing to go over, because what's going to happen is once you've made an offer on a property, it's going to be contingent on you looking at 12 months of the minutes, or I'm sorry, 24 months of the minutes of the Strata Corporation, and looking at the bylaws, looking at all the financial situations, and then what we call a depreciation report, which is just a report that's done that says any future maintenance that should be done on the building. So when you look through those 12 months of minutes, and there is no requirement under the Strata Properties Act to actually have a meeting, strata meeting every month. You only really need to have an annual general meeting. A lot of the stratas out there are having a monthly meeting. So we want to look at those things. We want to read through them. We want to see anything that causes any concern. And whether it's myself or another realtor, we're going to read through the minutes as well. That is our obligation, is to read through the minutes. And if I see anything that causes me concern, I'm going to bring that up to you, and I'm just going to let you know. So that's a bit of a primer about strata. And again, Bob Kalo with RE/MAX, 604-720-4777, Bob Kalo at remax.net. If you have any questions or any comments, please let me know. Until next time.